And we're live at Japan Short to start it off. 12 races in part 2. We will be starting off obviously in Japan Short. We have 18 drivers with us. Two drivers will be coming with us very shortly. From part 1 we had on top of the leaderboards, we had Toddy on 179 points with Zach close behind on 159. And then right behind them in P3 is Banana Cake Pie, who is the infamous unofficial 3-lap champion. So we would like to bring also in the commentary box, we have the very lazy Towel to help me out in screaming.
I don't know why the fuck you're yelling, man.
Don't know why the fuck you're
Get
not!
meant to be hype. No, get meant to be hype, but not to be fucking yelling.
And we're going! Reedy got on pole! We got Reedy on pole, Swaggy right behind Toddy the leader on P3, which is a great start for him. And we're going into turn 1, it's a Japan Short, so it's a very long one. We've got a few bumps around, but not much of actual taking out, so it's probably quite clean to start off with. Oh, we've got a car flying already, oh shit.
Oh, there it is,
Swaggy. Swaggy's getting collected by everyone. Great start, we already have one DNF, it's James Cruz. X-Revolution getting a move on Bodhod. And we've already got Toddy, who's leading the championship in P1, who started 4th on the grid. And there's already a huge gap between them. Oh, more carnage at the back! F1 boy getting caught up with Banana Cake. We're going through the middle section here. It's basically all of Sector 1. 3-second time penalty, a 3-lap circuit. Battle-wise, it's not much going on. It is quite a narrow place.
As Toddy's fallen back though, Zach takes the lead.
Oh, we might see some dirty moves.
War continues.
Surely we're going to just see some tactics going on between these two. We're into the... Oh, he's going to punt! Zach Cruz going sliding! He's going to... He holds it! He holds them... He holds getting punted. Slips it into P3. As we have moves by Lunacy in the back. As we have the grid. Obviously it's a very quick race. Only roughly about a minute and a half really. As we have a Haas into the wall. It's probably F1 boy. And that's the end of the race already. Toddy cementing his spot at the top of the grid. Doesn't look good for Banana Cake Pie, who needs to try and get as many points as he can. But wow, that's the first race already all over and done with. A lot of people don't like Japan, so Japan Short was a great starter for him. Banana Cake Pie out of the points on 13. And while we're going into the next race, we have Dynamic Knights Multi. Unfortunately, I don't have the expert techers yet. But we have Toddy to never start on pole, which he hasn't started yet. We have Reedy to double his points. So far, he's finished on 16, so he's not doubling them anytime soon. He has to get more than 7 points to double it. We have Pure Gold to finish in the top 3 in the Part 2 season, or overall, up to you. And we also have The Rock to DNF over 3.5 times. So, obviously The Rock has removed himself from the from tonight's race. So, to DNF over 3 times, I might have to put in a new driver in. Probably F1 boy will be going into the multi-spot. Because I believe he already DNF'd.
We're using normal points.
Normal points.
Okay, awesome.
So Toddy just smashes up 25 points. Wog Boy behind him on 18. Zach Ryan. But we always like to look at the constructors. Obviously with Mercedes dominating with 41 points. Williams with 18. So already a huge gap forming in the Constructors' Championship. But it was the battle for the best of the rest last time. This loading screen is actually longer than the race. Wow, if it's just the whole of Sector 1, we already saw over 20 seconds worth of penalties.
Good. Didn't get to see who finished where, so standings mean fucking jack all.
Basically, Toddy, Wog Boy, Zach. You can see the standings when you load up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
people should be reading up straight away. Shouldn't be no diddle-daddling between circuits as we're going into Mexico. Tonight's track list is Japan Short, as we already just did. Then we've got Mexico, Bahrain, Australia, Singapore, USA Short, Hungary, Britain short, and then we have Monaco, and then Monza, and then China. And to finish it off is Abu Dhabi with the fireworks and all. But I hope people get caught out in the short circuits like Aussie Wizzy Rick did in Bahrain, which was fucking comical to say the least. Toddy deploying the AO tactics already. Oh, the cheeky punt to try and get P1. There's rules, but there's not really a lot of them here.
Yeah, Toddy has a 37-point lead, so really he just has to finish near Zach. Should be fine.
As we have 10 viewers already coming in. Stream's popping. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. We have 19 drivers now. Nearly got the 20.
Let's establish Toddy's not winning the title. I said it like that just for you, Toddy. So let's just establish you're not winning the title.
As long as he doesn't start on pole, he's going really well. Because I want the multi to hit. As we have a McLaren and a Haas up the front. I'm going to try and get the drivers in their cars straight away. It's X Revolution and F1 Boy to go off. As we've got Mexico, so it's a very long show. We've already got cars in the back of the grid. It's a Williams. It's Gavin Berger and James Gordy getting tangled up. So I can't even say how many cars we've got wide because they're all next to each other.
It's one, two, oh
my god! Look at the car! Look at them go! Oh wow! Look at the carnage! None of the Mercedes drivers got caught up in that. As we got into, oh, we did! They just did that! As Zach's getting caught up, Tony's getting pulled away from the start. Banana Cake Pie obviously getting caught up in another incident.
Yeah, going up towards the front though, we've got 4 wide through a chicane.
Oh my god, this is just ruthless aggression going through these opening actual turns, because I couldn't say opening laps because it would be the end of the race. Yeah. But we're going to have a perfect corner cut going through here. A lot of wing damage, so these drivers might just go in straight lining through here.
Are we on regular or strict?
We are on strict.
Oh wow, okay.
As we saw in Japan short, people got corner cutting infringement straight away.
Oh, it gets all sideways. They're going to go 3 wide into the hairpin.
As we have a Red Bull contact with an Alpha into the wall. No, he skates away from it. Sector 3.
Oh, we'll go 3 wide into the last corner.
It's a bit hard to stay with it, obviously all this action.
Yeah.
But
on the main straight.
We'll stay with the middle one. Just a middle pack here because we've got a couple moves going down. Probably get maybe a view to capture all of it. As Swaggy goes down the inside. Dive bombs. We've got another 3-way on board with him. Getting forced off the track by Toddy. He's showing absolute aggression to hold his position up in the top flight.
Yeah. Most importantly though, Zach's now behind him, so they're pretty much joined at the hip at the moment.
Oh, just
out the front, Revolution's just chilling.
Yeah, it's the main theme with these 3 lappers. As long as you get past the first turn, I think you got a pretty swimming finish. Oh, you've got a Zach Ryan all tangled up by Toddy again. Toddy just tangles him up. Oh, we've got more contact. Toddy's got bang T-bone. I researched the track. I don't want you to get a little boy, you dirty pig. As we keep going throughout this, as Plebs has actually joined as well, who I didn't think was in the first race, as well as False Equations. So Wog Boys, this is his first entry into the 3-lap championship, and he's already cemented himself with P2, and he's going into P7 at the moment, but Revolution is just chilling. Wouldn't mind seeing what... Yeah, he's used all his ERS, of course. But all the moves are down at the back of the pack here. As Zach's to make a move on Reedy. Reedy's pushing him, squeezing him against the rope. Zach fights back, pushing him as well. So there's plenty of room between them now. Maybe with this, we're going to see some contact as there is. Reedy cuts across him. But otherwise, Budhod's chilling. Swaggy and Banana Cake getting all tangled up. There is just no wings between them. It's basically the battle of no wings at the back of the pack. As Reedy's just stopped. He is disqualified. There's a strict corner cutting. Just getting disqualified from 3 laps. Banana Cake Pie already showing cracks that he can't hold his pace in 3 laps. In P14, also it's the luck of the draw when it comes to the top, when he's starting on pole position, really. Like,
So he also has no wing.
yes, it's the whole joke. As Pure Gold finishes in P3, F1 boy slotting himself in P2. Oh no, Pure Gold jumps him. So that's great points for him for the multi of him trying to finish in the top 3. And Toddy's in P4, obviously a huge gap, and Zach's out of the point, so he stretches his position out even more for the whole of the 3-lap championship. But part 2, it's quite close between Toddy and Wugboy, as we have James Cruz pulling that Ferrari across the line. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. There's no point crossing the line, just send it. But the enormous start. It's hard to follow up what part 1 was with all the carnage in Austria, for example, when we saw a Alex and Zed fly across 7 cars. That is race number 2 out of the 12. As we have a look to see if Tao can sort out the point difference between the top 3, because standings wise for just part 2 alone, we have Toddy with a 9-point lead to Pure Gold. X Revolution 11 points behind, but the constructors, obviously Mercedes are dominating, but the best of the rest really is quite close. We have 39 points for McLaren, 34 points for Red Bull, and then 26 points for Williams. So the Constructors' Championship is getting quite spicy. Fodder nearly doubling his points already. But we want to see Reedy double his points, but at this stage he's just getting a DNF and a disqualification, so it's not looking good for the multi already. Obviously, most of these drivers will be in party chats, but it's always great to see their input from the Discord, as well as the YouTube stream comments.
Yeah, so Toddy is now leading by 41 points. And Revolutions jumps Banana, so Banana's down to P4.
Time to get rid of that status Banana Cake Pie. Time to get rid of that defending 3-lap champion, because so far you're not showing anything so far. I did say he'll drop below P5 and name changes will happen. Falls equation.
So the only person not score a point so far is James Cruz.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man that finishes every race.
James Cruz to score a point. He's going to score a point. I'm going to call it now.
So now we're at Bahrain, not Bahrain short, the full track, so hopefully drivers recognise that. From the first part, obviously, we had Aussie Rizzy Rick get caught up into the wall going into the third turn, so which was fucking hilarious, to say the least, and he wasn't aware of it as well. As we have the drivers readying up for some reason, it is a fixed setup, so there's not much to really choose from. As we have a racing point 1, 2. The Mercedes are all the way back at the grid, so we're going to see them probably get caught up into turn 1. As we have a Renault just absolutely fly off the start. Obviously, he's going to do a drive-through penalty, jumps himself into P1. So is he going to start? He's just going to fly away, but he has to go through the pits or he'll be disqualified.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. Oh, then it gets a little bit less clean.
But there wasn't any much content. Oh my god, this view. That's mental.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 Ferraris having to go at each other.
Yeah,
oh, there we go. Has turn 1. F1 boy flicks across.
Oh, and a racing point and an Alpha all
oh, they're getting all caught up as well. But yes, as you said, Lunacy jumping the start, and Banana Cake slops himself into P3, but he's got a bit of a train behind him as Reedy and Lunacy are pulling away. Obviously from the kickoff.
might be fucking around here. We've got some of the fastest dudes behind him. He's got Wogboy, Roscoe, Plebs, Zach, Pure Gold, Toddy, Dr. Dre behind me.
As Banana goes defensive, so Banana's literally on his back foot here as Reedy's pulling away.
Yeah. So Reedy's in the lead of this race effectively right now.
Yeah.
Reedy's going to win this race.
And that will
I was just about to say,
definitely double his
James
points.
Cruz get more points? Yeah, could I just about to say, would James Cruz get more points than Reedy?
As Bodho gets turned, he probably got caught on the curb there. Oh, James Cruz! Ghosting was on. Saved him there. As Lunacy does not go. Oh no! What's Reedy doing? What was Reedy doing?
He was trying to get the toe.
Reedy! What? He sort of jumped the start, and he wanted to. You're going to cost yourself points, lad.
Banana's not going to let Wogboy get past this easily. He's going to squeeze in.
More contact. Oh, he gets directed to the wall. Oh, that is unlike Wogboy. If I ever
there it is.
Oh,
Toast is out.
Toast is getting thrown. Is it? Oh, look at the.
So inadvertently, Banana has handed Zach a lifeline.
Oh my god! As Gagenberg is retired from this session, there's more. Oh, look at the dead cars! It's everywhere. As Reedy has got a 1 second gap.
Banana's
lost it. Of course. As Reedy's still got a good 1 second gap, even with his wing damage. Stupid fuck following a man going into the pits.
Yeah.
But then Zach's obviously jumped up into P4 from all of this. Blocky is. Don't know why, it seemed like he was slowing down, but he might have just missed a gear there. As Dr. Dre's all of the back of Swaggy. And Next Revolution gets past Dr. Dre as well. Banana Cake Pie is fighting back to get into the points. As we might see him touch the curb here. No, he seems all fine there. Or a little bit of a wobble. Contact with the Alpha of Galaz. Going back to the front. As Reedy's lost his position. And now Plebs and Roscarb are all right near him, so he's going to drop a few more points here, going into the final lap, as Plebs gets the fastest lap.
Oh, there you go, 3 wide. 100% about to be 3 wide.
Here we go. I'll try and get a proper view of it, as we've got Zach crying from behind. Might give us the best view of it, as it's all quite clean here. Reedy, obviously, with his wing damage, cutting the track. So if Reedy, as long as he stays... Oh, there's more contact between the two front people, Plebs and Roscarb, trailing each other, knocking the back end, losing it, but then holding it together. Plebs' tyres are all fucking out of whack.
Zach might win this.
He's got to get past an injured Reedy. We're going to see a dive bomb. We do. Reedy lets him go. Gets pushed onto the curb. Contact with the back right tyre. All the interest right now is on Reedy to double his points. He would have gotten P1 if he kept his full front wing, but obviously with the pace from behind, there's a lot of drivers that can absolutely blitz this track, as Reedy's just bringing the injured Racing Point home. But Blocky and Swaggy are battling it out. Swaggy just makes his own room, showing him the inside of his side pod, pushing him out wide. As Reedy is just going to trail this one home. Oh, he's got a 2 second time penalty. This is going to actually hurt him a lot, as he might drop down to P5. As we're going into the final turn, all looks on Reedy to double his points for the multi. As we see him get P4, Zach will slow him down for bait as he jumps down to P5. Now, I believe P5 is more than 7 points.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've got 1 tick for Reedy to double his points. He's done it in 1 race. And we've also haven't had Toddy start on pole, and at this pace Pure Gold is showing his worth at finishing the top 3 for part 2. And since The Rock isn't here for DNFs, I have replaced him with F1 Boy. It was either or. Because he got tangled up quite a bit in the last one. I mean, a lot of drivers did. If Alex was doing it, I would have put him there. But standings wise, we have...
Yeah, Toddy is now only leading by 26 points.
Wow, 26 points between the McLarens.
Right down.
But yeah, is on 27 points for this Part 2 series with X Revolution with 5 points behind, but then it's only 6 points behind his Plebs, and then 6 points behind is Zach Crine, 9 points behind is Pure Gold, and then 11 point difference on equal is Roscoe Arm and Wogboy, and then 13 points behind is Blocky. Blocky's showing some very consistent pace here, so he might be a dark horse here to slip into the top 5. But Part 2 wise, but then we'll go into Constructors for the best of the rest. Oh, McLaren jumping up with only 5 points behind the Mercedes team. But then there's a huge jump to 32 points, which is the Red Bull. But yeah. That was race number 3.
So X-Revs is definitely now P3. Basically, he needs to win a race and hope Toddy and Zach take each other out. We're at Corona Grand Prix. Still waiting for my refund.
Aren't we all, mate? So we did do the tribute 100% race here as well on Friday last week.
Yeah, Friday.
And that was interesting racing throughout all the tiers. But now we're going to see them absolutely panic for 3 laps. So is Banana Cake Pie going to retire from this one? Or is he going to have redemption from his Australian Grand Prix? Because at this stage, Banana Cake Pie is dropping hard in the points. Obviously the number 1 driver to look at, since he is the 3-lap champion, unofficially.
As you hear Tim and Mardik coming over the microphone. If you didn't know, now you know.
I didn't know that.
Have a listen. Have a listen. I'll tell you it's not him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice little ad for him. Nice little shout.
Yeah, there's a few of those little ones around. The rest of them are like mechanics and shit anyway. Who gives a fuck about that?
But once again, Mercedes is on the back of the grid. Absolutely getting finessed here as they are P15 and 16 together.
Next to each other.
Oh, here we go. Hopefully we get a nice view going through here as we have probably 7 wide. As there seems to be no incidents so far. Quite clean. Oh, as we see
Roscoe's
2 cars.
around.
Roscoe, oh, it's a Ferrari. Yep.
James
It's
Cruz.
James Cruz. As we go into the hairpin. Not much of a hairpin, just a turn. But then, yeah, it seems a bit clean throughout here as well. Back of the grid, getting a bit feisty. The 2 Mercedes, I'll probably just stay on board with them for a while.
Yeah, Zach's leapfrog Toddy. That's what he needs. Oh, and falls around.
Rosso!
Oh, and both Mercedes get through in some absolutely obscene fashion.
As we're going back through, Red Bull's off. Try and stay with this mid-pack. Swaggy cutting through. Sector 1 and 2, it's another Red Bull.
Yeah, Lunacy's gone.
We'll have to stay on board with these ones because there's... Oh, look at that side by side! What a move by Zach!
Yeah, they might be joking, but they're a little bit tilted if they lose, let's be honest.
Oh, he's taking him out! Tony using textbook AOR! Showing him the inside and then hitting that side pod. See, it just really shows that Zach needs the boys to help him to gain any points when it comes down to any race in F1 2019. As Toddy showing him why he was the main force of really anything to win a race. You just need to show that brute force and absolute pure aggression. Oh, as we have X Revolution get fucking slingshot into the wall. Oh mate, just go for him. There's no need to wait.
So let's see. Does anyone take Toddy out there? Everyone's been
there.
It is.
He has!
On cue. On cue.
Oh, no damage. But are we going to see him come to the track? Oh, he comes on quite safely. But Zach Crine is gaining. He's on the back of him again. He sees the revenge.
Turn him. Surely.
Obviously, he copped wing damage from the event before. Toddy with no wing damage from his incident before. So Zach Crine going down around the outside. Locks up heavily because of the wing damage. Doesn't get the move stick as Toddy just flies away because of that intact wing. As we have Lunacy going down the inside of Reedy here. Makes no contact as we have yellow flags. It's a Red Bull.
One. Yeah.
As the biggest battle so far is Toddy and Zach, but they're dropping back. So Swaggy and Blocky. Blocky once again short in the dark horse. Oh, it's Reedy's being turned.
Oh, Reedy. Pulls up.
So Blocky, dark horse of the whole event. P4. And he has a very dangerous Swaggy behind him. And then Gallus to follow up soon.
As well.
As Breno and Plebs are just comfortable in the top flight here. But we'll stay on board with Galaz here, as this is probably the closest battle on the circuit other than Bodhod and F1 Boy. Now...
Yeah, you got F1 Boy, Bodhod, Pure, and Wog Boy all in a little train.
Yeah, all on a train here. F1 Boy holding his own. As Pure Gold makes the move on Bodhod, he might have wing damage from previous events. As Swaggy is slowly but surely gaining on Blocky Rex, but Blocky is holding his own here with Banana Cake Pie just 3 seconds behind Plebs, so he's just chilling in P3 on the final lap. And penalty wise, F1 Boy gets 2 seconds, so that's going to drop him all the way down to 10th place, unless other people have penalties as well. As Reedy gets a 2 second time penalty at 14th. But yes, we have the two Mercedes drivers in 12th and 13th with no points. Banana Cake Pie finally getting a clean race, getting P3 as we have an incident. It's Roscoe oh, yeah, just send it into the wall. But yeah, how far does F1 Boy drop? 10th, yep, exactly on the nose. And that's the top 11 already finished. And then obviously two Mercedes getting tangled in their own business.
What happens if we have a tie? Have we considered that?
I didn't
Surely
think
it's just it's a 1v1.
It. Yeah.
1v1 sim damage, no rules.
Yeah, it 1v1 France, 3 laps, no rules, sim damage.
Sim damage.
Yeah, would be the only way of doing it.
Oh, it's gonna happen now. You know that, right? Oh shit!
But yeah, if there is a draw, that'd be incredible to have that patched as its own event. Drag it on.
Oh.
No, we're not dragging it on, man. Fuck me.
Yeah, gotta get that pay-per-view money,
Back
man.
in a sec.
So we'll check up on the multi again, as we like to do that, just to make sure that everything's going swimmingly. Because we've had Reedy tick it off. Pure God's on the way of getting the top 3 finished. Toddy hasn't started on pole yet. And we have F1 Boy to DNF. So obviously just get caught up in some carnage. But yeah, so far it's on a pretty strong road so far, but we just need at least to see F1 Boy get one DNF here or there. As Breno gets his first win of the DNA 3-lap championship. As I'll go to the standings here just to see what part 2 is looking at. As Plebs has taken P1 into 49 points. And then we have Toddy behind. And then it was Pure Gold in P3. So yeah, he's on board. With a draw of Blocky Rex, both on 36 points. X Revolution closely behind us. We're going into Singapore, so this street circuit's got to catch a lot of people out, especially in the starting laps. As the two people with no points is James Cruz and Gaming Burger. 2 points Garlez. Reedy obviously doubling his points in one race up to 10. We might not see any more points from him later this afternoon, the way he's trying to slipstream people into the pits. But straight into race number 4, I think. 4. as we have had people join the chat. The Rock just won the major at the Pokies. That's a good win there, but now we just want the multi to hit. We have Schmitty, who couldn't join us tonight, saying, drag it on, baby. We have Toddy saying AOR tactics again, of course. And then the 1v1 championship, make it happen. We might use that 1v1 championship idea for another event. We might do maybe like
in my head.
As a good knockout stage. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
We've got some things. We've also maybe got a Rocket League 1 coming up for 2v2s. Who knows? We drag the horizons for these special events, especially in the off-season. As we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights at Singapore. And we're going, Toddy's at 13th. Zach's at 5th to start it off with. As I'm trying to get a better camera angle because the game's dog shit. As we have Toddy sending it. No wing damage for him. And as we have, Zach's already around. Wow, it's starting off quite strong. No one's into the wall. But we have a Toddy spin around all the way in P20. Still no major crashes so far, as we've got a pretty good view of the cars coming down a very long straight here. Are we going to see anyone do a dive bomb here? Red Bull getting caught up in between two drivers as Bodhod sends it down the inside, taking two positions. What a move down the inside there. But he gets tangled up behind a Haas, which is F1 Boy, who's probably going to slow the pack down a little bit, comparing it to the pace of the T1 and T2 drivers. Now we have Wogboy and Roscoe Arm, who are teammates in another league. Absolutely just sending it through with X-Revolution following behind. Toddy making a move around the outside for two drivers. Clearly showing the AR tactic, making contact with Pure Gold. Giving him no space. As we have a bit of a train here with Toddy up to 8th. As we have Plebs. Oh, just getting caught up with everyone here into the wall. And he's just been pinned here. Plebs and False Equation getting caught up there. Are we going to see any moves here from Toddy?
Oh, Reedy sends it.
Is Reedy going to do it again, though? As he is! Whoa! Man's grown a set! As he gets the back right, front right tyre of Dr. Dre as well. Reedy wants more points. He didn't take my comment very well when I said I don't think he's going to get any more points than 10. As Bodhod is just chilling behind F1 Boy. He's holding his own. The dark horse of the event is Blocky Rex in P13. As Lunacy's in P4. Oh, F1 Boy trading moves, corner cuts. Lunacy 2-second time penalty. Just flicking through. Polystale with the Pure Gold train here. Because we've got a lot of quick drivers behind them. Gaming Burger is looking for his first set of points. Red Bull going down the inside here at Bodhod. And Bodhod goes wide to keep the position. Bit of contact but keeps the position here at Singapore. And because of this battle, F1 Boy gets to pull away. He's got a 1 second gap now. Oh, Toddy nearly getting thrown into the wall there. Wogboy's just pulled a 2 second lead. Absolutely dominating. Oh, Pure Gold. Oh, we've got Gaming Burger set it down the inside of Toddy. Swaggy coming out of nowhere, getting a move done on Gaming Burger here. As Gaming Burger sends it! He kills Toddy! He hasn't killed him, he's put him into the wall. But Gaming Burger feeling nervous about Swaggy going down around the outside.
Oh, Blocky's going to go around him too. And
Blocky, insult to injury, goes in front of him as well. And once again, Zaki and Toddy at the back with at P13 and 14. Now Pure Gold is seeing a damaged Bodhod here. Obviously the lag, as we've known before, that Bodhod has occasionally. Is he going to make a move down here? He does have a lot of ERS. He's in hot lap. He doesn't make the move stick. Oh, he might see the injured Bodhod. He does. Slips down the inside here. As Lunacy's chilling in P4. The rest seem to be doing the same. The only battle on track is... Oh, we do see a Breno hunting down.
A very interesting line through turn 1 that I've never seen and didn't get a penalty for it. And I'm interested in that. So I'm going to remember that because that was ridiculous.
Sector 2.
As Roscoe's around, I think.
Roscoe it is.
He is. How's he ended up over there?
Is it Was it Sidepod car? I didn't think he was close enough to another car. I thought there was a good amount of gap. Swaggy with a 2 second time penalty will drop him down to 9th at this stage.
Yeah, now about
Blocky is on his way. If he just gains a little bit of time, he might try and catch up to Bruno here, but Bruno seems to be locking out that P10 roller, unless he slips him down the inside of Gamingberg. He doesn't. Yellow flags again. I'm looking at the map. Doesn't seem to be anyone important. Bodhod and Pure Gold. Swaggy sending it down the inside and did what Gamingberg did to Toddy there. Just forcing him into the wall. Swaggy is known for using his body quite often in the F1 cars, and that's a good example of that right there, as Bodhod does get knocked down into 11th, and Blocky Rex gets into the points as Wogboy absolutely chilling into P1.
Some would say the Hod got the bod.
Hod got botted. The bot Hod. As Banana Cake jumps up.
Bruno's around.
Oh!
Zach's gonna get points.
Wow. Zach... No, he doesn't.
Oh, no,
Time penalties. He jumps down, but scrapes P10. As we have a suggestion already, Servanite. Mate, don't worry, mate. Yeah. We've already got pen to paper. But wow.
So X Revolution is actually catching the two at front. He's only like 50 points back now, not even.
He was another dark horse in the 3-lapper standings because he was only... There was a few drivers that were in the 90s, which was Lunacy, X-Revolution, and iContrast, which you obviously couldn't make it tonight. And, yeah, obviously the big leader was Toddy with 179, but he's been impacted quite early so far in the first 5 races. Yeah. Nearly halfway through.
62 points behind Toddy. Still a fair way.
Still a fair bit. He did give himself a good bunker in the first round. He was quite lucky when it came down for pole positions, as well as just being quite lucky when it comes to dodging incidents.
So Wogboy takes the win easily.
Now, will we see Wogboy finish in the top 10 points? Obviously, for the overall championship, because he didn't do the first stage, and he's already showing some great pace. We might see him probably slip into P9 or P8.
Can he use P if no one had scored points?
Points on the dot. Mercedes, who have dropped down by quite a margin on 32 points behind, and then we also have Williams 38 points behind from the leaders, but only a few points off the Mercedes team, which is 6. But then we have Red Bull right behind them as well. As we're going to USA Short. Hopefully the drivers realise that it is the short track. I did put out warnings last time when it was a short track. So hopefully people are not mistaken, as Wogboy leads the championship on 56 points in the Part 2. So he'll take a participation award if he does finish in the Part 2.
Shouldn't even give out the warnings. Just don't suck.
Give him a gold star.
As someone's doorbell goes off.
Off lights go out. Let's go.
Can we just mention that the lights have gone out every time and we've moved? We haven't had the glitch once. Meanwhile, we have serious league races every time.
I think it's like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot cleaner when it's just back to back.
Every time Smeg tries to get it on, he just gets finessed, and then we're just taking the piss, and every time perfect. It's great. Like the dude who's doing a good job just gets stiffed by the game.
F's in the chat.
If anyone's having a drink and watching the stream driving, Game of Life. So if you know what that game is and you haven't abided, take the L.
As Blocky's the last one to ready up. Hopefully the Infinite's Wi-Fi being cut isn't an issue, because I'm quite scared it is taking a very long time. As we were mentioning that we didn't have any issues before. It's looking this way. I'll have a look at the chats to see if anything happens. People are telling Blocky Rex to leave. As he does, so the glitches, so he can rejoin once we get into the lobby, but not during the race. As the lights are out, away we go. Reedy on pole. We have Toddy and P7 going into the huge straight here. As we've already seen a huge amount of moves here. As we have someone get bumped out wide. Reedy making contact from behind. Everything look. McLaren getting tangled up. I'm going to stay it on the mid-pack drivers here.
There we go. 3 championship leaders are up near the front, though.
Wow, look at this view.
Toddy's
Can we see some incidents through here? Nothing. It's so really clean. Oh, as we say that, there's a whole tangle. I feel like a lot of drivers forgot that it was short. There was so much pace going through that corner. I'm surprised none of them was DNF'd. As we have Reedy leading the race with Zach and Toddy and Lunacy all behind him. As Banana Cake Pie in P9 as we have more contact into Sector 2. Swaggy, 2-second time penalty for multiple warnings, probably collision warnings, all the corner cuts. You can do it quite often here, especially in the short. Breno, 2-second time penalty with a collision. A lot of bumping and barging through here as Breno drops down 2 positions. He's into the wall. All front wings gone. He retires. F1 Boy still in the race. Oh, we have Zach Ryan who's just jumped up massively. How did he pull that gap out? He's got a 1-second gap already.
Yeah, Lunacy and Reedy have been battling. That's why now Toddy's getting involved. And there he is.
Just slightly off camera there.
Yeah. And Toddy's out. Toddy's still in.
He's still in. As Reedy rejoins the track. Wow, what a view. Tell you what,
Toddy, mate, you can't keep your foot flat and try and do a half spin or a flick spin. You've got to gas it, turn it, let it go. Look at you, bot. You can't even keep it on track. Racing One won't save you much, and just retire.
He's retired. He knows. F1 Boy's retired. It's the first retirement for F1 Boy. We only need 3 more, and we've got ourselves a multi.
This is huge. So Zach's gonna get the most points. Actually, no. Quietly, he has a 3-second time penalty, so Revs might actually win this. So Revolutions is genuinely going to be in the championship fight now.
This is massive. As Reedy's dropped from P1 all the way to P13. What is going on with that lad? There was no one in front of him to slipstream into a pit lane. How has he dropped so many positions? Oh yeah, he was obviously caught up in that Toddy thing and he just clicked in. How could I forget already? As Buthod's chilling, as Dre goes into the pits of a 3-lap championship. Not gonna wonder. I'm not gonna ask. Hopefully he knows.
Yeah. So Revs has a 3-second time penalty as well. So it's just a straight fight up at the front.
Because you can't go for fastest lap going into the pits anyway. Anyway, as Zach's leading and Swaggy's off the circuit there, using all of the track. Obviously, 2-second time penalty. Is Banana just weaving? Yeah, he seems to be just baking a toe. Oh, Garlas! Oh, does Garlas let him go, or does he just lose? Did he just lose a lot of traction there? Because Banana. Oh, just too deep. Okay. I was thinking that some cheeky plays would have been used there. As Zach Ryan, he's pulled a 3-second gap. He's nearly pulled the 3-second gap. He might be able to keep the position to finish P1. As we'll go to Wogboy because he's quite close to Garlas here. And he stays in P1 as Pure Gold jumps into P2. So Pure Gold is making moves here into in the overall championship. He might even finish into that P3 slot. As Plebs is the last one into the points. So, multi-wise, number 2 is ticked with Reedy doubling his points. Pure Gold on the way for that top 3 finish. Tossa has not started on pole position yet. And we have F1 Boy with 1 DNF. He needs 3 more to go. And we've got that one a tick as well. Last time in part 1 when we had the stream, when we only had myself commentating, we always had another spectator waiting to see if someone lagged out or got kicked from the session. So Blocky's back in. But last time drivers weren't so lucky, always clicking join. We had people get kicked and someone would join straight away, so Lockie rejoin is pretty lucky, as Aaron wanted to join into this session. Which would have been spicy indeed. As we go to the standings, obviously Toddy with no points and Zach Cryan getting P4. Oh no, that's for the overall. So you got P2, P1. But for the standings so far, we have Revolution, Wogboy, and Pure Gold all on the same points of 66 in the Part 2.
Yeah. Most importantly, though, Zach and Toddy are on the same points.
In the overall.
Yes.
Oh, mate. Now, if Zach wins, it makes it very easy for me to already to post a banner since I've already got one from before. So it saves me 5 minutes.
Yeah. But Revs is coming, man.
But yeah, Revolution.
So Zach and Toddy are on
and
216. X Revs is on 158. Pure Gold.
Pure Gold and
is
X Revolution
now
are quite on similar points. Oh, there was a 20
Yeah,
point
so
buffer.
Pure
But yeah.
started with 79. So he's on 145, so he's getting there.
And Banana Cake's only gone up 32 points so far, so he's had a really poor start. Hasn't won a race. Or has he? No, he came P.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he's on 136.
Yeah, but Zach Crichton comes in to confirm that he is tied at P1. Obviously, they're both in the chat, as well as the party chat, chatting shit to each other, mentioning, battling. So it's spicy. It's absolutely spicy here as we are at Hungary, I believe, by looking at the pit lane. Team orders will be enforced. As we have Unit Greno waiting as well. As we have two people spinning the dial. Hopefully they're just... I don't know why they just don't ready up. As here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 lights total. But 5 red lights. And away we go. We have Pure Gold on pole. We have Toddy all the way in P8. And Zach Ryan's in P20 in Hungary. As we're going into this very short straight. As we haven't seen anyone get tangled up so far. As we do, Toddy getting tangled a little bit, but damage-wise it seems to be pretty clean. We'll stay on board with Swaggy here. Might give us a good view of any instance, especially when he dives bombs. Contact with Toddy on the back end, forcing Galas out wide. There is a Torosso or Williams into the wall. There it is.
Oh, Zach's holding it out wide on the grass,
Wow.
but it's working.
Ferrari getting
As
spun,
Blocky gets
Blocky.
round, Toddy has to take it action, so does Swaggy, but they keep themselves alive.
Plenty of corner cutting all around there, as Bodhod already receives one. As that Crimes flying through the pack.
Yellow.
Yep.
Not sure who that was.
Looking at the map, doesn't seem to be anyone in particular, but Zach's already gone up 10 positions.
God.
He's got to go up Reedy's inside, comfortably locking up. As Reedy double backs and takes the position back. Oh, as Toddy, but Toddy, but
shoving Toddy.
Yeah, because Reedy just goes all types of sideways. Well, this battle, it's basically who's going to stay in front of the other here, really. So Toddy's leading the championship at the moment, but Pure Gold leading this race with Roscoe Arm. But where's X Revolution? He's in P14.
Yeah, he's down in 14th. Banana in 12th.
As it seems to be all settling down here, everyone is just tense. Yes, finally got out of my fucking mouth. But yes, Zaki right behind Toddy again. So this is becoming the theme of tonight, of them battling for points. All they have to do is just basically finish above each other. As Pure is just still chilling. Everyone is only just tense behind because it is Hungary on only 3 laps, so you won't be able to pull too far away as we have a huge amount of... No, it was just a huge amount of overtakes. I thought that was a spin. But Wogboy and Gaming Burger are battling each other out there as the two Williams.
Yeah, it's about to get spicy for P8 though.
as we will not even get
Swaggy makes a
DRS.
mistake as well. There's no real
Yes, we
battles going up towards the front.
really just got
James
the
Cruz
Alpha
around.
battle and the Mercedes battle.
Mercs.
Oh, this is a
Further
good trailing camera
down.
angle here as we have the Alphas battling. But mainly we want to see Zach make a move on Toddy here. As he does a big late move! Now Zach has showed him how AR moves are done, and Banana Cake Pie
Banana's not going
slots
to have
in there.
a fight with it either.
Now Banana wants to slot in there, and he does!
Yeah, and there it is.
There it is! That's how the AOR does it, man! Oh, and then best for worse, he takes Roscoe, X-Revolution out as well.
Yeah.
Now that is how you use AOR tactics here in the 3-lap championship, as Toddy has had enough and retired from the race, as Banana Cake Pie obviously wants to earn points as well. Yellow flags as X-Revolution just retires as well. But wow, Pure Gold getting a 1-second deficit between Roscoe Arm. Lunacy getting some consistent points. But we're basically going to finish it here. Doesn't seem to be much battling really here, as Plebs is just trying to catch up to Lunacy here, but Lunacy's going to hold the position. Now it's all really up to penalties, as I know Swaggy's got one. Oh wait, F1 Boy's just a bit slow on there. Oh, contact on the final turn! I think Swaggy or Garles wanted to make sure the F1 Boy got his second retirement.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, are we counting that? The tyre's off, but he finished the race. As we also have a Williams absolutely destroyed as well. But it seemed like Garles or Swaggy went for the old blind side to see if he can try and get F1 Boy retired. And he did have a sloppy last turn. But that finishes out the top 10, and nearly the 18th drivers coming across the line. Now, obviously with Toddy not finishing this race, Zach pulls a 10-point lead. Oh, F1 Boy ran out of fuel on a 3-lap championship at Hungary. Of all things.
Suck.
It sucks to suck. As Pure is displaying a fantastic performance, as this is the first time he is leading the Part 2 championship.
I had the fastest lap. Don't tell me.
Look at the point that was added, I guess.
It doesn't say anywhere, yeah. It's always good. So, Pure is moving.
Yep, Pure Gold is absolutely making a move and a half here. As he does lead by 25 points. Wogboy is 1 point in front of X-Revolution because he got no points, and Plebs is only 27 points behind the leader, but Pure Gold with that win jumps him heavily. But we'll have a look at the constructors with Mercedes and Red Bull on a draw with 100 points each, 31 points equally behind McLaren. But the best of the rest, all extremely close, 77 points, 66, 64, 62. So the battle for the best of the rest, for the rest of the pack, is getting really saucy. Hopefully the drivers are looking for that as well. Now,
Yes, Zach will pull a 7-point lead. 7-6-point lead, either or.
Now we're at Britain Short. This will be a nice, quick-paced race here, where you can really you can use hot lap for the first 2 laps, and then you just use high for the third. 5 races to go. The second batch of tracks are a lot quicker to go through. We've only been streaming for an hour. Banana's confirmed that he's on P1 for Silverstone Short, as he has already ready up, so we won't be able to see the grid until the lights go out, really.
You could press race director if you really wanted to, Chief.
Oh, yeah, that's true. 1, 2,
Zach's
3,
on P2.
4, 5 red lights. Yeah, Zach's on P2. As you said, Toddy in P10. As Banana gets his first shot at winning a Grand Prix.
Grass.
Oh!
And we've got a Rosso in the wall.
Rosso got
False
absolutely
equations.
spat out. How many drivers are going to forget that it's short? None, I believe, as they're going through the straight already, as this track's going to be basically done in less than 2 minutes. As the front of the pack has already sorted out a small gap.
3 wide with
Red
Red
Bull.
Bulls and Dre's around.
Dre's, you going to hold it? Oh, no, just loses the front wing.
Tots is up to P7.
Yeah, but Zach Crichton's in P2 with only a tenth behind Banana.
So
As we have a huge
is
pack
really
at the back.
doing
Yeah, he's doing
the
whatever
league's work.
Yeah, as...
Will he
Is he
chop
gonna
him?
see
I doubt he
more?
let him go. Well, he does let him go.
Now, is Banana looking out for number 1 here, really? Does he rather have Zach Crichton win over Toddy? Because Toddy did get the 100% race championship as well in the Australian Grand Prix. So, if Toddy wins this one, he's the really the special event winner. Like, he's won all of them quite outstandingly well, as what to like cement it in his place. Oh, he's got 2-second time penalty.
2 seconds.
So that's literally going to drop him down all the way to... Oh, wow, that's literally going to kill him. That's probably going to drop him all the way to 14th. Now, this pack of drivers from Pure Gold... from F1 Boy all the way down. No contact, all safe through here. There is a bit of time between all the drivers, so they're not going to get caught up with each other. Yellow flags. Is that a Toro Rosso false equation? It is! He's out of the Grand Prix! Oh no, his wings there. Oh, his tyres are still there. He's still going. Oh, we have James Cruz that spun around. Everything's all happening. As we do still have the train going here from F1 Boy. But there's a bit of a gap all the way to Blocky Rex. As false equation is disqualified. Swaggy another 2 seconds. As we go into the end of the race, Toddy's probably going to jump down all the way to 13th by the way as it looks a bit. Toddy, X-Revolution gets all tangled up with Pure Gold. As Toddy...
P9.
P9. But whoa, X-Revolution and Toddy. 0.006. X-Revolution nearly went up 1 position and Toddy nearly went up 1 position. Crazy. Toddy in 9th, Zach in P1. So Zach is now extending his lead comfortably. Go to the standings here. As Pure Gold is still leading the championship by 9 points in Part 2, so the top 3 multi is staying true, as well as Toddy not starting in pole position at all throughout this Part 2 as well. F1 Boy has kept his nose clean and only had 1 DNF so far, so that one is looking pretty rocky at the moment. But yes, 9 points behind is Zach Ryan, 18 points behind is Players, 28 points behind is X-Revolution, but Constructors, McLaren is still leading by 22 points, but the best of the rest, we have Alpha and Renault on a draw with 84 points each, and then 77 points and 73 points is Williams and Haas, and the worst team so far is Racing Point. If Toddy gets the pole on the last race, I might just cut the stream. As we going on to Monaco. So the track list. Alright, we're straight in there. Everyone's eager for Monaco. Didn't even want to look at the track list. I'm pretty sure it's Monza that's next. and then China, and then Abu Dhabi to finish it off. But Monaco, how many drivers do you think is going to finish this race, Tao? How many drivers will cross the line at Monaco?
0.
0.
If one person finishes, I'm disappointed. I want a parking lot into the hairpin. If someone doesn't send it and absolutely blow everyone up, I'll be disappointed.
I tell you what, it's probably going to be the most clean start to Monaco that you've ever witnessed, and you would be disappointed that you didn't participate in, that you actually got your nose clean at Monaco, because I feel like it's going to be the nicest start, just because it is. But I hope someone just does what they usually do and just absolutely send it, as there is no Mercedes at
fifth,
all.
Rev 6.
Toddy
They're both at the
P20.
back.
Wow, that actually is a
And
good
Zach
place for
16.
Toddy.
Yeah, nice clean start. Go to the back. There's absolute carnage already there.
Already?
Zach's out.
Oh! I didn't even have that on
Yeah, I
camera
told
because
you.
the camera angle.
I
Oh
saw
my
it.
god! Oh, more
Someone
cars!
got turned. Someone couldn't turn it
Oh,
up.
look at him go Tokyo drifting around! He's gonna maintain the angle as we have a Haas! Yeah! As the
There it
Ferrari
is.
was Tokyo drifting throughout! As we'll go back to the
So
front.
Toddy just has to survive and pray everyone bots
Drive to
themselves
survive
into
for
a wall.
Toddy. He needs to pull this one away. As F1 Boy is in P2. As the rest of the pack's looking kind of clean. Only one DNF so far. Oh, there's a car upside down! It's...
Oh, it's
Oh my god!
So Dre's dead. It's over. Just commit. Toddy's alive.
Oh my
Lucky
god.
is
Oh,
retired.
we're going to see someone send it! As we do, Haas, pure goal got sent it! Toddy got away with damage! Oh my god. Where do I go to? Oh, we do! Swaggy! Look at this train! The chat is going off! Bot on DNF! Blocking DNF! What is going on at the back of the pack? Oh my god! James Cruz is cutting through the pack at P16! Banana Cake Pie is keeping his nose clean. I'm spamming the triggers. 1, 2, and 3! Wait, what do I look? What do I
Toddy's
look?
up in P11 though. So go to the front.
Oh
He's
my
got
God.
a train from
Oh, here we go.
Swaggy, Banana,
Oh!
Revs, Gaming
Gary
Burger. There
Berg
it
getting
is.
caught up into the wall. Surprised his tyre wasn't ripped off, but he's on reduced damage. Banana Cake. Oh, look at this view. I've never had this view before. What is this? Dog shit. As F1 Boy is chilling in P2. Biggest win in the Part 2 series in the 3-lap championship in his career. Same with Garlas in P1. But look at this pack. As if we had not seen any more dangerous shenanigans going through, like we saw a car getting flicked in the air going into the stands. Swaggy! Oh! What the fuck? He didn't die! Oh, as Lucy goes past him. And we have Banana Cake Pie looming behind the rest of the pack here. Potential for huge points if he
it's
just gets
about to go
past
off,
them.
though.
He gets a double
Bless
move done
Banana.
from the McLaren team. Surely Players is going to send it through. No, he keeps his nose clean. He's got a bit of a front wing. And then X Revolution's behind him. No team orders. As Todd's making a move into P9. False equation. Oh, we've got more!
Banana.
Oh, it's Banana. You said... let's have a look. He's on the back of Gaming Burger. He's gained some massive pace here. I think he's put the hammer down.
And Todd's doing Swaggy, getting reacquainted. Those two are good friends. Said
Nice.
absolutely no one ever.
Are we going to see something here?
Swaggy's just holding him up.
Swaggy parking it. Oh, as Toddy showing
yes,
how
Swaggy.
AR's
He
done
sends him.
as he puts him into
Yep.
the wall. He's
Pretty
really,
much asked for it,
he's
to be
really
fair.
showing out. He's really just throwing the textbook at people of how AOR tactics are done. As Banana Cake Pie is still in P4, he's kept himself clean here, as well as Toddy's putting up points to regain back up. His Plebs is out. Plebs is out. He hit the wall. His tire's gone. Over
Yeah,
half
through
the
to
grid.
back. So Garlas will win in the Principality of Monaco. F1 Boy will take P2. Burger will take P3. Berry Cake Pie P4. Revs 5th. Lucy's
Toddy
going to come
from
6th.
P20 to P7, Drive to Survive. James Cruz is bringing it home. Are we going to see Dre? Are we going to see Dre hunt him down? Dre sees an injured Ferrari.
Oh, he's going to send it.
He's going to send it. He does. Puts him into the wall. An absolute bully for no points.
Gets Rascast.
He jumps him anyway! James Cruz jumps him from penalty points.
Yes.
Everything balances, all things should be. But that is Austria-esque for cars being thrown around like rag dolls. Wow. Monaco delivered. I believe more people survived in this championship than race spec did. There was a lot more people that were out of that race just as quick. As we'll check back on the chart here. Pretty sure that's a safety car with all the cars coming out. As Garlaz and F1 Boy with their best performance yet. P1-2, Gaming Burger finally putting himself up into P3. Banana Cake Pie earning some points back in P4, but most importantly we have Toddy in P7, starting on the grid at P20, which was probably the best result for him really, starting that far back as well as being the safest position for him. And then, as F1 Boy has pointed out, he is now 6th in the standing. So that's massive.
Yeah, so Zach leads by 23 points.
23 points, and we're at Monza. Three circuits to go, ladies and gentlemen. And it's Monza. Pure Gold on exactly 100 points. Multi is looking really healthy at the moment, but Plevs, X-Revolution, both on 80 points, and Zach Crine, overall leader of the 3-lap championship, but in P2 in the Part 2. And F1 Boy has jumped the 3-lap champion, unofficial, by 1 point. Banana Cake Pie is in P7.
Yeah, he's in P5 overall.
He's in P5 overall. P7 in the standings.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark that Zach doesn't finish this race. I reckon someone's going to turn him.
Now, it's not a great place to start on pole like it was at Monaco, but we'll have a look at the driver directory. False equation.
Yeah, false. You got
Toddy's in
both at the back.
P13 and 18th.
Zach,
Yes.
18th. Yep.
James Cruz slots himself into 8th. Banana Cake Pie in 7th in a dangerous position. Pure Gold in 4th.
And Revs, yeah.
So yeah, and Revolution and Plev. So wow, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Red lights, and away we go at Monza. As False Equation starts off, but Lunacy gets the jump. Is going into 4 wide straight away. We're not messing around. As how many cars are going to get hit here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a few. Kept it
pretty clean.
It's actually not bad. It's like a league race. No
So
one
it's better than a league race.
It's a lot better.
So 20 cars got through turn 1 at Monza.
Oh no! As we say that.
Oh, no, there it is. There it is.
There's
Carla's in the wall. F1
Log
Boy's in the wall.
F1 Boy's out. No, he survives. He survives. No.
Oh, Zach and Toddy side by side.
As Dre wants to slip in there as well. Is Dre going to get the move stuck? No, he's going to lose both positions. As he knocks him out
Oh, he
wide.
shoves Zach out.
As he maintains it as well. X-Revolution slotted himself in P6, Swaggy in P5. As Blocky Rex makes a move into P2, Pure Gold leading the race. Got to cement him spot into P1. But carnage-wise, as we see in the chat, is quite minimal. F1 Boys DNF'd! We've got it! 2. He's really making it. He's really lasting out to the last couple tracks. As Pure Gold obviously getting fastest lap. Carnage-wise, looking pretty safe here.
I'll be disappointed if Dre doesn't send it. Oh, there we go. Zach sends him out in the grass. Zach moves twice. Come on, Dre, send it. Oh, you soft cunt.
Yeah, a lot of drivers are content of just finishing the race. Yep. It's easy as you've done it, bread and butter. As Zach is all over the shop, as well as Toddy. They were both on the grass for a small period of time. Gala's with a 10-second corner cut penalty. Obviously wants to catch up to the pack. Falls equation losing his position takes Revolution. Where's the Austria carnage? Where's all the carnage from part 1? All the drivers are just wanting some huge amount of points today. They want to bring them home. As Pure Gold is just leading by a huge margin. Now we got to see any moves here. Oh, Zach Crine down the inside. No, he has to move back behind Rudy. Rudy holding his own as Zach Crine is gaining on him. He's got to make the move down the inside as we've got yellow flags. It's a Ferrari. It seems like it's Gala. No, what the fuck?
James Cruz.
Oh, it's James Cruz. Yes, it was.
Zach gets Rudy, but Rudy's going to get a much better run out of Parabolica, and Zach squeezes him.
But Rudy...
I think Zach's going to regret this, because Rudy's going to send it.
Yeah, he will happily go through.
Again, Rudy, turn him.
Rudy, I know you want to do it. Come on, I'm on board with you, mate. As Zach's happy to give him contact, and he's dragging him across into the wall. There it is, all the moves that we wanted to see from before. As there is more carnage because of it. Rudy into the wall.
Yeah, it's all happened because Zach's reset to track.
Feisty, absolute feisty moves here. As we are seeing Zach trying to regain a couple points here as Toddy's in P8. As he does.
Yeah, fat battle going on in front of Toddy. Toddy really wants to just get a position or two up in front of him.
Oh, Zacky's gone. Zacky spun. As he reversed back into the Alfa Romeo, and he's gone. Guys is DNF'd. As we go all the way to Toddy because of the battle ahead of him is huge. Look at that train.
Yeah, someone's going to make a mistake here. There's no way.
Surely people are going to get desperate here. It's the last turn of the Grand Prix. We'll go on board with Swaggy because we knew he was going to do something stupid. As he does, we wanted to see some moves done as he knew he would perform it and do it well. But we didn't see much more from that, really.
Toddy gets positioned up.
Yeah, exactly. Toddy going up into 8th. False going up. But yeah, that's what you need to do. Got to start getting desperate when it comes down to the final turn on the final lap of the race. But that is the top 10.
There you go. Some hero doing some stupid stuff again.
So I'm not even going to give him the satisfaction of stream. Make it money.
Can't even drift, man. Look at this.
He's out of fuel. And...
Nice.
As that thing just finally crossed the line, we can have a look as Pure Gold lifts another trophy for part 2. But standings as Pure Gold is now just absolutely running away from the part 2, and he's clearly ticking off the multi here. But multi-wise, we're looking pretty strong here at the moment with F1 Boy getting 2 DNFs. We need 2 more from him, as well as Toddy to not start on pole. And if he starts on pole in the last race, the multi is gone. As we look at the constructors, we have the best of the rest is quite solid here. As We've got 133 points as Red Bull, 137 points as Renault going up one position. So from Banana's P3 placing, I think it was P3 or P4, he jumped his team up in the constructors for a little bonus.
Yeah, so Zach's still on 248 points, Toddy's on 229, and Pure Gold's on 204. So Pure wins a race, and these two take each other out. You never know. I think it's going to start getting really desperate. I'd be amazed if all three of them finished.
So what's the point difference between the two Mercedes drivers? What was it?
So it is 19 points.
19 points with 2 tracks to go. It is China and then Abu Dhabi to finish it off. Kick him just to be sure. But man, desperate driving indeed. Basically, if Zach just gets the gap more than 25 points, it is over. Or 26 fastest lap, if that's been added here. But if Toddy DNFs, and Zach gets points, it's all over. As I'll have a quick look at the race directory. Bodhod's on pole, F1 boy in P2. Where's the two Mercedes drivers? P16 and P20. Oh, at China. Wow, Toddy's getting dished hard here. He's had 2 P20 starts. Is there 1, 2, 3, 4? I see red lights, but... Oh no, here we go! At the China Grand Prix. As Bodhod obviously started at P1. And we have the two Mercedes drivers at the back, which was going to be the main show here. But obviously, Pure Gold can still run away with this if he keeps his momentum in the P1 category. Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars wide, just getting caught up. They can't really spin if they've got no room for each other to push them off. But look at this spectacle of cars here. As we have a Ferrari going into the wall, it's probably James Cruz, as it is.
Plebs around at the back.
Oh! Bit of a domino effect as Zach Crichton bumps into the back of Gales, and then Toddy hits the back of him as well. Oh my god, I'm just seeing everything fly here as Gary Berger's gone with a racing point, with P1 gone.
Swaggy's behind Zach.
Now,
there it is.
Pure Gold.
And Zach does the smart thing, lets him go.
So Zach is obviously looking after this championship. Obviously Swaggy still being in front, can do some brake checking, can slow down the pack to get Toddy to get Toddy back into this fight. Because obviously Toddy has to just jump in front of him.
So
he will be. As we have a fantastic view of Swaggy's POV here, of all the cars coming down the big straight here, going into the hairpin.
Banana's in the lead.
Banana is in the lead here as we have the two Haas drivers battling. Now we're going to see any moves here from the Haas team, as we do see one from F1 Boy on Breno. F1 Boy gets the move done on Breno there. Going down towards Swaggy's position here, because we do have Zach and Toddy right behind them. Zach Crichton taking the very lazy tail line into the last turn. As we have Lunacy behind Zach Crichton as well. As we have Blocky Rex. Blocky Rex making a double move. Oh, Blocky Rex has been sent by the Toro Rosso driver as he keeps the car. Toro Rosso cuts back on the track. Contact with Blocky again. Front wing is intact. Now we had someone go into the pits. It's Plevs. Still the fastest lap or something of Banana Cake Pie by the looks of it. But really holding his own for some more points here.
Yeah, Swaggy let me down here a bit.
You were hoping for more?
I was hoping funny business again.
As China is not really delivering well. Oh, we have a false equation. Either spun or taken out by the side put action as a lock-up Dre. Some desperate driving indeed by these drivers. Now, are we see anything from Pure Gold's point of view as he is gaining onto Banana Cake Pie onto the straight? He's obviously not going to make a late move here, but under braking gains a huge amount of time, goes deep. As Swaggy makes a move on Gales, Zach Crichton also follows up. Side by side, Zach Ryan makes a move on Swaggy. Is Swaggy going to show us what we wanted here?
Going to have a
As they both take the towel line, Zach Ryan is now pushing away from Swaggy. He's got a 3/10 lead. And he is gaining 4/10 lead now. Swaggy looks like he's running very low on the ERS comparing to Zach with 30%. As Garlaz makes a move on Lunacy. Lunacy's in this pack as well. As Banana Cake's all tangled up. No, that's Breno. Breno's all tangled up into the snail section. Reedy's got out wide, dropping position. Zach Ryan's all the way into 4th position. Swaggy's in 6th. As we see a lock up from all the drivers. Bit of gravel. Breno cutting the track. Breno obviously getting 2-second time penalty into that. Zach Crichton.
Come on, Swaggy, I need to send.
Oh, there he is! Zach Crichton moves away from him!
There he is. Zach pulls out. Stop.
Zach, being smart, moves out, but Reedy's right behind him, making contact with him. Reedy putting the hand up, showing him, if you get close to me one more time, I'm going to send you. As are we going to see any more things from Swaggy here? He's going to slow him down because Toddy's all the way at 14th. Yeah, what the hell happened to him? If Zach Crichton crosses the line at this position right now, he has won the 3-lap championship with a race to spare.
Come on, Reedy. Do us proud.
Come on, Reedy. Send the lad. Make it go to one more track.
Or Swaggy.
Oh, Swaggy!
There we go.
Moving side by side. Is Swaggy going to go onto the brakes later? He is slowing him down. Oh, is Swaggy going to hold it off? Try and put him into the wall. Swaggy's sweeping left and right. Zach Crichton's holding his own here. Reedy's just staying behind him as well. As Zach Crichton crosses the line in P6, which will confirm his championship win at Abu Dhabi, obviously with a track to spare. But he is the winner of the DNE 3-lap championship, overall winner. The guy who organised it has won the whole damn thing with a track to spare. Toddy started off the lead with, what was his lead? He had a 20-point lead. He had basically nearly a whole race win lead, and he's thrown it away. Banana Cake Pie, I believe he's still down in the standings, but it has jumped up a huge amount since coming first. So we might see him still in the top flight. Obviously, maybe taking Toddy's second position, but highly doubt it by his performance so far with only about 50 points in part 2. So yeah, all wrapped up before the firework display.
I'm really disappointed in Swaggy, to be honest. You're more aggressive in league races than that.
Seemed to be more cautious driving in part 2 compared to part 1. Maybe the pressure from the drivers that they just knew they couldn't withstand the damage to get the points. But Pure Gold is winning this part 2 championship. Obviously he'll take something home with him by the end of this, because he does finish in the top 3, but will he finish in part 1? So multi-wise we're looking strong, but F1 Boy did not DNF, so the DNF has been... So we can't have obviously over 4 DNFs. It's the last race. So the multi is gone, but it depends if we're going to have at least one multi crossed out, or if we're going to have 2 crossed out, depending if Toddy's going to finish in P1. Or we'll start pole into the last race. But that will be salt into the wound. Especially for Toddy starting in pole for the first time.
Yeah, Toddy not even in the top 10 for now.
Yeah, it's just an absolute shocker.
Yeah, Pure Gold's only 7 points behind Toddy.
Hey! Let's go. Now, race directory. As Plev starts in pole position with Pure Gold. Pure Gold's had the luck of the Irish for this one. As Toddy is... Where is Toddy? Did I skip? Oh, P15 to finish it off. As the 5 red lights and away we go. Plebs going through. He's already lost the position of Pure Gold into the first turn. As there's contact already. Ferrari's gone. It's blocky. More contact throughout. Oh, look at the damage. Is that none of the Mercedes drivers have been caught up. Banana Cake Pie's been caught up in it. So Pure Gold's going to probably jump Toddy by the looks of it as well. As Toddy's in P12 as he cuts the track hugely. Maybe lost the back end.
My most important thing I'm watching right now is James Cruz. I want James Cruz to get points because he's up in P5.
He is. As he gets spotted as soon as you say it. Oh no, dearie, no.
By Swaggy.
No.
What are you doing, man?
Swaggy's choice.
James won't turn Zach.
Swaggy's choices of drivers is just beyond.
We're having some words later.
Is beyond ridiculous. He likes to pick on the weak. Clearly.
So he's more aggressive in league racing than he was with Zach. And then he turns the nicest person in league racing for no reason whatsoever.
The best look for the lad. Now he's up to P17. The fan favourite is gone. Toddy slipped into 8th. As Blocky Rex has left and got DQ'd. Just trying to find something worthwhile. As we have a good little view here.
Pure's in P2, Toddy's in P8, so Pure's going to finish second in the championship.
Oh! A Swaggy is just dishing out the hate towards all the nicest people ever. X-Revolution into the wall.
So
Swaggy, he's dished out all of his moves in the last race to drivers not even involved in the championship. He'll happily move his car left and right, but when it comes to any type of contact, he'll leave that to anyone else. So, obviously, AOR tactics used for only a certain X amount of people here, as we have more contact throughout here, as we have Reedy. There we go, give you a different camera angle. Are we going to see any Swaggy moves here as he's right behind, he's only 1 second behind Zach Ron. As Toddy's in P5 as well, hopefully he can finish this off quite well. Now, battle-wise, we're looking at a huge gap between all the drivers. Gaming Burger making a move down the inside of Bodhod, going in deep. As Bodhod will regain the position back, but then bit of a tangle here as we had just Dre. Well, no, Vizo Rossarm just cuts the track entirely. Maybe we're going to see an absolute tackle here from him. As we don't, he's staying reasonably clean. Oh, as we have Gaming Burger just cut the track. As Reedy's retired from the session, is he out? Yes, just somewhere. As we go back onto Toddy, because we want to see some moves done. His Swaggy's a whole second behind now, but Zach Ryan's all on the back of Pure Gold. As James is into P13, he's going into P12 as Lunacy DNFs. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, it's all over. As he goes, Garland is DNF'd as well. Oh, he might get a move here on Dre's. Dre's got no front wing, so we could have James.
So James Cruz, P12.
He'll jump Garland because he's DNF'd, and we'll have Dre who's got no front wing. So as long as James just keeps pushing, he's got orange front wing. Oh no, I don't think he's 9 seconds behind. Come on, Dre, make a mistake, or VSO's Roscom do something stupid.
Zach's going to make a move on Pure, I think.
Yep, we'll go on board with him. Round the outside.
Around the outside.
Wow, this is the worst camera angle in F1 history. As he does, gets it stuck, but Pure Gold will get the DRS in the second part of it. No, they both do, as it is now a drag race. As Pure Gold gets the position back.
As Ross goes around.
James creeping up, but Wogboy is right behind him now as well. Breno and Gameberg are still battling throughout. Breno's dropped down positions. Vizzo Roscoe DNF. Now James Cruz, all he has to do is stay in front of Wogboy as he locks up to get his first and only points in the last race. Please, Wogboy, don't do it to the lad.
As Pure and Zach fighting to the last corner.
There we go. There's the AOR punt as Nico Rosberg, as Toddy jumps him in the last bit, but it's irrelevant as Nico wins.
Oh, Andre slowed down. Cruz is in. Oh!
No!
He slowed down to put him in the wall. Dre, man.
No!
Come on, man.
And he doesn't even kill himself. He can't even do it to himself, and he does retire.
Oh, what are you doing?
That has left an absolute sour note on the championship. As Banana Cake Pie realises what's happened here today, as he has medium traction control on the full, so he can't do donuts, as this is just an embarrassing end to his championship reign as 3-lapper. This is just sad. He finally gets it going. He's got medium traction control on. Banana Cake Pie, most likely out of the top 3 to finish on points, has to change his name in the Discord. He's no longer defending, as Zach Crine is now the winner of the Dynamic Nights Esports Championship.
Yeah, I might send out some invites, I think.
As that still goes on. I will do so. As the party is now public, they may join.
Got James Cruz.
As Bernardo's still going, he's enjoying it while he can, because as soon as he crosses the line, he is no longer champion of the world. Thank you, Rock. It was a pleasure to do it as well. Thank you for all 12 people participating. We had a high note of 17 at one point, as I noticed on the stream, and we've had a consistent 12 throughout. We will bring an X amount of people in for commentary, or not commentary, but for interviews as well.
Yep, spit it out, dickhead.
I thought I did it. I thought I clicked it to public. Oh, yeah. Why is it coming up as suggested if it's public?
I have no idea. Step more, I guess.
No, it's a bit daft. Done. Sent them all. Now, as we have Plebs, I believe, holding up the trophy for the final race of tonight. For the overall standings for Part 2, we have Pure Gold winning the championship in Part 2. Zach Crine in P2, but overall winner of the 3-lap championship. Banana Cake Pie finishing in P3, so it was a great finish for the lad. And then Plebs finishing in P4, as we have the drivers joining for interviews on a lot of different questions that we'll be asking them. But then we also have Swaggy and F1 Boy in P6 on a draw.
Yeah, I'll start off with the hard questions. Toddy, why do you suck?
I kept getting fucked by everyone, eh?
You know what I reckon it was? You don't have a spine.
I think it's... Everyone was calling out the dirty three-lap World Championship tactics.
Zach was ruthless. Turned you a few times, and you had a chance and didn't do it. Spineless.
I know.
Yeah.
Get off me.
Now, you want to talk about someone who isn't spineless? Dre gave everyone hope in the stream that James Cruz is going to lose, and then put him in the wall. So that's probably the meanest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I was trying to take out Wog Boy. It was unintentional.
Oh, I thought you just
swear.
did it to
I
just
swear.
take out James.
No.
Poor man.
Speaking of, the man who just got stop points stolen. Yeah, if you don't, yeah.
How many people are going to get in here?
Aaron's joined it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach. Interesting tactics. Run me
Well-
through them.
Oh yeah, there was a few tactics used tonight, but
AOR
Yeah,
tactics,
Have you,
typically?
You looks like you've used those tactics before at some point.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
He's quite practiced with them, if you will. In practice.
He did. They were very efficient. I'll tell you that much.
Amazing tactics.
Ooh, I like what you've done there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't like that, to be honest.
Yep, I was gonna say something, but I won't. But no, that was good fun. You know, that's my best achievement. You know, winning this championship. So definitely up there.
Yeah, look, he's taking the piss. You better take it off him. He doesn't deserve it.
It seems like he was driving the same way as he did in another league anyway, so it's probably equal to the amount of passion he has towards it.
Exactly, it's the passion. But nah, it was some great battles there with Toddy tonight. He killed me twice, but you know, it was fine. We got through it, and it was good. Yeah, good fun. I think we won the constructors as well, Toddy. So
Oh, comfortably.
That's alright. The constructors and 1-2. Can't really complain about that, you know.
exactly. So we'll take that trophy home as well.
So, what's it like having a new bot-ass?
You know, yeah, it's nice, but yeah, I'm not too sure what to say to that. But thanks to Toddy for being the new Valtteri Bottas. At least he doesn't, I don't know, complain.
At least I'm not
like Aaron
whinging.
sometimes, and say that we drive dangerously. So
We are
that's
dangerous,
nice.
Zach. We are dangerous.
Oh, true, we are. We are the definition of dangerous in capitals. But yeah, great, Tao.
Yeah, I'm done with my questions. What's your answer?
James Cruz.
Yep.
What's it like? First of all, to have hopes extremely high, seeing that a couple cars DNF in front of you, but then to have a Red Bull absolutely slaughter you for your first and only point in the last race.
The best way to put the two events together for me, in one word, would be pointless. It's a fantastic set of series and a lot of great drivers. It was great to be part of the bumps and spins and terminations. It was gives me a good goal next time.
Yeah, it's nearly multi-worthy to go back-to-back championships, no points. But seeing that, I can't remember who else really joined, as we had also Aaron. What's
Pure.
it like? Pure, exactly. Pure, yeah.
Really won the championship.
Hey, did
Oh,
alright.
fuck off. He wasn't even fucking close.
So Pure Gold was in the multi for top 3 finish, and he cemented that comfortably. He was chasing down hard, and I believe he was only a handful of points off.
Third then?
Boys, I only had 2 podiums tonight.
Nah, second.
Second, so...
I think I was like 2 points behind Toddy, maybe.
And I finished 3rd with fastest lap.
And third fastest lap. Ooh,
Oh no, more than 2 points away.
be close. It's gonna be 6 points.
Oh, tight.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at
fun.
all when he had about a 50-point difference at the start.
Yeah,
Hey.
great driving, Harrison.
Hang on, are we allowed to swear in this?
Yeah, yeah, fucking go.
Are we allowed to
Fuck
swear?
yeah, cunt.
Have you watched the stream?
Fuck yeah, done.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a over 18 stream.
Oh, fuck, I better leave then.
Not advertising to boys.
But yeah, thanks Alcatraz and Tao for, you know,
Yeah,
bringing
cheers,
my
boys. Good comms.
idea to life and hosting the 3-lapper. Hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to announce something because I haven't even thought of it, but it's going to be a thing.
Here we go.
A one lap there's a 1v1 championship coming.
Yeah,
I have no idea what format it's going to be.
On COD.
Or
No,
how I'm going to
no.
on F1.
Oh,
I don't know how I'm going to
fuck's
run
sake,
it.
We know who's going to win that. No, he can't.
No. I think it's going to be no
Maybe like
rules.
a tennis tournament.
no rules.
Underarm
sim
serves allowed.
damage.
Oh,
I
shit.
think that's how we'll run it.
I'm calling
We'll see.
Zach out.
Oh,
Again, Zach.
nothing strong move here.
Mate,
move.
you want to go? Come at me, cunt. Let's fucking go. I will fuck you up, you
I'm calling it
shit
right.
banana.
You get
Come at
20,
me.
I'll get amazing hour.
It's amazing.
And I'll turn him back into
Relax.
F1 Sad Hour. I'll turn him back into F1 Sad Hour. So, bring your
Okay,
fucking man
let's
and
slow
we
it
will
down.
go.
It's after 18 stream, but that's not what it's about. I think you might have to
Lost
go
my
now.
crown to some AL
Come at me.
dog shit losing. Fuck.
You might have to give him a kick, Anthony. I think that's a bit too much. Back on the leash.
Sorry. Please erase that from the stream.
I will do nothing of the sort.
No. Well, I'd say that's it for the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. I didn't race, but if I did race, I would have won because I'm a sick cunt. So yeah.
Ciao.
You can't even win in an actual
Right,
race.
boys.
Ciao. Yeehaw.
What a waste.
Ciao. Sweet lap.